Greetings and welcome to the Centering Project. My name is Chris Omni, affectionately known as the Health Hippie, and I invite you into this space, this opportunity to breathe together, to learn more about the program I'm developing for this course called Program Development, but also to understand the importance of centering, being present, being mindful, and walking in this space of pure joy. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to breathe. I also want to take a moment to tell you a story. So let's start with our breath work. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Really, truly take your time. No shallow breathing, no rushing. We have nothing but time today. Breathe in through your nose. And out through your mouth. So the story I want to tell you will seem extremely far-fetched, but it's 100% true, and it totally ties into why I'm here, to tell you about my new program called the Centering Project. My husband and I moved from Topeka, Kansas to Tallahassee, Florida on June 1st, 2020. We moved halfway across the country during a pandemic, and that had its own adventure. And this is not the place to talk about it, but I wanted to set the foundation for how we even got here. That summer was supposed to be time for me to just breathe and reconnect with my spiritual practice. That summer was going to be him working on his PhD work, me working on me. The re-education, the recentering, the spiritual practices that help to bring the joy back into my life. That didn't happen. When we moved here in June, I was totally out of my element. I'm in this new place and I don't know anybody. I'm a hugger. I want to put my arms around people. It's COVID. And I don't mind hugging complete strangers, but it's COVID. And I can't even do that. So I try to go back to my familiar past of teaching group exercise classes. I have a 20-year history in this field. It feels good to connect with people that way. So I try to offer these classes online, reconnecting with my people back home and having that connection here long distance. That didn't feel right. I taught the classes. We would sweat. We would have a good time. We would laugh, but my spirit was no longer filling the space of group exercise. So I decided not to teach the mid-impact, sweaty version, but I decided to switch it up and create something called Me Time. And in that me time, we really just focused on stretching. We focused on breath work and relaxation. And that felt much, much, much better. But something was still missing. So when I finished that 7-week series, I took time off. I was back to my center, at least a little bit closer to my center. And I was finally back in the rhythm of my morning practice of journal writing and walking. So I had to go through those various steps. The step of being out of alignment, the step of trying something, the step of not feeling fulfilled, trying something else, and then continuing this progress of where do I need to be. That progress led me to the creation of the Centering Project. I realized that I'm sure I'm not the only one during this time feeling like they're lost, feeling out of alignment. So my gift is teaching. My gift is giving. My gift is storytelling. So I wanted to create a space where I could help people find their alignment through the energy centers. What I have behind me, the 7 chakras. And each chakra had a different mantra. And what I created was a 9-week experience where every week we focused on a new chakra, we focused on a new mantra, and we deeply had a chance to experience breath work. I just did it. Nobody asked me to. It's something that was on my spirit to do, and that is what felt right. I didn't have a large following. I had maybe 3 students at one time. Then I had 2 students at one time. There were occasions that I only had 1 student. But that was the energy that I needed, and it created a space for me to connect with people, and I truly felt fulfilled. So looking at all of these back examples and the foundation of what I created called the Centering Project, I decided to incorporate that into the program development course of how can I utilize this skill set? How can I improve the health and well-being of Black women? How can I just take the idea of mindfulness and elevate it to another level? And that's why we're here today. 7 mantras. And I'm going to take my time to explain each and every one of them so that you can understand how this 7-week journey will unfold in real life when we implement the program. You can't see all 7 behind me, but number 1 is the root chakra. The root chakra mantra is that I am firmly connected to the divine energy of Mother Earth. My mind, body, and spirit are centered, grounded, and purified. It's not my mantra. I didn't make it up, but it's something that I breathe. It's something that I love. It's something that I teach. And in this space of the Centering Project, we start right there with the root, and we look at that mantra and we breathe through the words, and we just let our spirit talk. It doesn't talk out loud. It talks to ourselves as we're going through our breath work. And that is what my students will experience as I continue to build the Centering Project. And also, the mantras line up, and I'm living proof of how they line up. Number 2, sacral. The sacral mantra is, I love all dimensions of myself. I delight in weaving the creative tapestry that is my life. Now, first off, orange is my favorite color. And you might be able to see some of it around me, and it's definitely on the other side, but orange is my absolute favorite color. But the words, I delight in weaving the creative tapestry, that is my life. There are so many beautiful elements that come into play of who I am, and I get to weave them together to create this experience in this program called the Centering Project. Moving up, solar plexus. My will and divine will are one. I am connected to the abundant flow of the universe. I easily manifest my dreams. That ties into the story. My will and divine will are one. I did not feel a fit in the school of communication. I felt that fit in art education. I am 45 years old. I have a master's degree. I have 2 master's degrees. I have a bachelor's degree. I've been in school for quite some time, and I have never changed my major until now. Before school even started, I found my fit in art ed, changed my major, and looked to the solar plexus chakra because my will and divine will were one. They did not have any assistantships for me. They did not have any money for me to transition over to that department. They were accepting new students in the spring, and I was willing to let go of my full ride in the School of Communication so that my will and divine will were one. Months later, not even months, like maybe 2 months later, I found out that somebody in the program dropped out and there were funds available to provide an assistantship to me in the spring. That's what alignment will do. That's what centering will do. I am connected to the abundant flow of the universe. That's how it came back. And it ties into this mantra, which during week number 4, we are still going through breath work. We're still focusing on the mantra. And then you'll also see how they each stack on one another. The heart mantra. My heart is open to receive the energy of love. I radiate this essence. I walk my path with ease and grace. Art Ed showed me love. I wasn't even accepted into their program, and they showed me love. They weren't even on my radar, but they showed me love. But centering and being centered allowed me to radiate the essence that was then echoed back to me. So this program is powerful. It's actually life-changing. Moving up, you can see just a little bit of it, the throat chakra. And the throat chakra mantra is that I am aligned with my highest truth. I communicate this truth with love and honor. My words echo softly in the universe. Students will connect to their words. Students will connect to their highest truth. We would have had a chance to build every single week with these various intentions, and so that we can find the center that works for them, or not we, but they find the center that works best for them, and being aligned with your highest truth. Not mine, not society, not what you see in media, but aligning with your highest truth. And what you can begin to see is how this program is grounded in humanistic educational theory. That we want to improve, I want to improve the individual. And then as the individuals, each student improves, the collective improves. And this truly becomes a movement from humanistic to social reconstruction, because we are reconstructing, we are reimagining what our future can look like when individuals are centered, when individuals are walking in a space of joyful presence and joyful productivity. It's powerful stuff. The last one you can't really see, but I'll tilt up so maybe you can see. It's 2 more up there. Maybe you saw a little bit of it. But the third eye. My mind is open to new vision. I expand this awareness through my higher self. I have to pause on that one because I'm a Black woman. And I had to open my mind to new vision about spirituality because there is a dominant Black church narrative. And that was instilled in me generation after generation after generation. We're Baptist. We go to church. We read our Bible. We get baptized. Spirituality for me was grounded here in these chakras. It was grounded in my morning practice of walking, of meditating, of writing, of reflecting. So opening my mind to new vision of what it means to explore spirituality and explore these new dimensions of, for me, Blackness. This is about giving permission to truly be yourself. And the last one up there is the crown. I am connected to the divine source of the universe. I am light. I trust. So the entire program builds upon every single mantra so that the student can engage in breath work, the student can reflect on the words and how it can help transform their lives, and then ultimately we're transforming the community. This is the Centering Project. I am Chris Omni, affectionately known as the Health Hippie. Welcome to the Centering Project.